Hey y'all, let's get some cleaning done today.
Hello everyone. I'm hoping this video finds you at a time where you are just struggling to find the motivation to get up and get some cleaning done, or it's a day that you have set out time and you're planning on getting some cleaning done. So I know that videos like these definitely help me when I am just not motivated to get any cleaning done. So I'll look them up and just get to cleaning. So I'm hoping that's exactly what this video is for you. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just cleaning my bathtub, really just getting some of that grime off. I do a lot of bath fizzies and stuff like that, so it can kind of build up everywhere on the tub. And this corner right here gets pretty dusty, so just making sure I get all of that off. Make sure I'm cleaning that faucet and the little handheld thing. I absolutely love this bathtub. The little shower head thing it comes with is phenomenal. It's so convenient for, rinsing off when you've taken a bath or cleaning or washing dogs, whatever you need to do. So I typically have a little basket in the corner, in one of the corners, that has all my stuff in it. In the back corner, that's where I keep all my bath fizzies. And then over by the faucet, I just keep a little glass jar of like my little bath salts that I like to use, my Epsom salts. So you can see right here all that stuff coming off the seat. That's just leftover coloring from my bath fizzies. So right here, we are actually at my husband's sink. We both kind of share the sink for one purpose, and that would be brushing our teeth. Because we have the Sonicare toothbrush, so it has one handle and two brush heads. So I brush my teeth over here, so it gets a little more action than my sink. So gotta make sure I get all that off, focusing on that faucet right there, because that thing gets pretty grimy. The sinks actually weren't too bad today. I just wanted to get some of that layer of dust off. But yeah, it wasn't too shabby. These mirrors I think are beautiful, but I don't know if they're going to be the mirrors I have forever in this bathroom. I think I would want something a little more ornate. I know it's kind of strange, but just a little more detail to them. Yeah. So there's our toothbrush. I absolutely love this thing. We've had it for years and we changed the heads out, but it's probably about time we get a new handle. Just the button's starting to mess up, and if you brush too hard, the thing turns off. It's kind of crazy, but it's a great toothbrush. My teeth definitely feel really clean when I'm done. So over at my sink, listen to this. Yeah. That was me dropping a glass bottle of perfume. So I'm down a bottle of perfume, but no big deal. My bathroom smells great. I just had to spend a little bit of time getting up some of that glass and liquid because I didn't want to step on it and have glass on my feet. My sink gets a little more dust on it. I'm not exactly sure why, but it just does. Yeah, I don't know. But I got all that off today. I did end up cleaning that little shelf thing right there and the little Amazon thing I have on it. My mirror wasn't nearly as bad as my husband's, thankfully. But it's hard for me to reach it. They're so high up. But putting all this stuff back on there. I still have a lot of perfumes, which you're about to see. But some of my favorites, I have some Michael Kors perfumes that I just really enjoy. One of them is called Sexy Amber. I really like that one. I have a couple bottles with some cute memories on it from them. But yeah, my Ariana Grande is one of my favorites. And then this one right here is actually the perfume I wore to my wedding. It's Daisy by Marc Jacobs. So one of my favorites. And then last finishing touch over here was just that little mirror that I literally never use. I just don't feel like taking it down because then I'll have to paint. This window, I pretty much every morning have my front door open so that we can have that glass window and just enjoy the sunshine that kind of floods in through that. My dining room gets a lot of light too, but I like to leave this open mainly because the dogs love looking out and just watching all their little wild animal friends in the yard. Or, I get extra light from my plants. So you can see how much light's coming through this dining room window here, and it's so nice. It's so nice. So the dogs like to look out of this set of windows as well. So we just got some little nose prints. So now we're moving into the kitchen, and quite a bit of the kitchen cleaning is actually silent, mainly because I was listening to music and I didn't want to have any copyright issues, so had to leave that one quiet for y'all. Sorry about that. But I wanted to sing and just focus on getting some cleaning done. But I really wanted to focus on my backsplash and cabinetry in the kitchen because they get pretty grimy. They are white, so, having 3 dogs run around can grime up the kitchen cabinets. And now my backsplash actually used to be tan and brown and beige, all sorts of different color tiles. So I didn't get to see as much dirt, but now that I've painted them white, I definitely get a lot more dirt and grime buildup, and it's not too fun, but you do what you gotta do. So, and these especially get dirty because they're right next to the stove and oven, so lots of oil splashing around and different things just falling onto the cabinets. So wanted to focus on getting all that off. Front of my oven wasn't too bad. It's probably about time I do the inside of the oven, so not looking forward to that, but gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, front of the appliances today weren't too shabby. Over here, we've got my blender, which I do every morning for my smoothies, pretty much every morning, I try to. And then my coffee machine, which is phenomenal. That's the Spin coffee machine, SPINN. It pours the perfect coffee every morning. There's so many different settings. You've got an app for it. You can do so many different things. It's amazing. In my coffee every morning, I like to actually use like 3 pumps of cookie butter syrup by Monin, and then 2 pumps of the vanilla with about a shot or shot and a half of espresso with ice and oat milk by Oatly. That is my favorite coffee that I can get at home. Now when I go out, I do like the vanillas and caramels and stuff as well. But yeah, that's what I do every morning for coffee. I love it so much. I've actually got my cup sitting right next to me this morning. So moving back to cleaning, I'm using the 9 Elements stuff. I've got the dish spray foam as well as the all-purpose cleaner by them, and I absolutely love this stuff. It smells so good. It just does a really good job. So that's what I prefer using over anything else. It just has less to it. It's a little more natural. There's only 9 ingredients. It's vinegar based, so that's just my go-to. I do use a lot of Everspring as well, but mainly I stick to the 9 Element in the kitchen. And I do bring it around to other things, like if I've got to clean up a mess on the floor, I'm not as worried about the dogs getting that on their paws and, eventually licking their paws and getting that in their mouths. It's just gives me a little more peace of mind knowing it's not like a very toxic chemical that they're putting in their mouths. So this is the foaming dish spray, but I am using it in my sink mainly to show you how it works. It's very similar to the Dawn Power Wash stuff. I use it on when I'm cleaning. I use it for dishes and stuff like that. So I really like it. It's very comparable, if not a perfect replacement. And I just really prefer the way it smells over other items. But yeah, so I think it does a great job. It's got the same sprayer nozzle, and you can go buy replacements and just use the same sprayer over and over. So, like I said, very comparable. But I get that at Target as well as this guy that I'm using here, and check this out. The little head just pops right out. This is by Everspring. I get this at Target as well. So I feel a little better about not having to throw away as much plastic. I mean, the head is still made of plastic, so you're still throwing that away every now and again, but you don't have to throw away the whole handle. So I have yet to have to replace a handle, mainly because I only bring that thing out when I'm really scrubbing the sink, and I just recently got it. So I am pouring some baking soda and vinegar and gonna rinse it out, but I don't show y'all me rinsing it out. But yeah, I like to do that to kind of freshen up my garbage disposal because that thing can get pretty stinky. Those right there are actually my syrups that I use in my coffee, and I just bought little soap pumps that you can get at Target. I was nervous because they weren't food grade, but they've been working really well for a couple of months now. So now we're in the living room, and I'm just picking up more bones on the floor because if I don't, I'll step on them, which I've done way too many times at this point. And then just picking up shoes that have found their way apart in the living room. And yeah, just cleaning up this couch. I do think I want to add different colored throw pillows to my couch. You can kind of tell, but those are green and brown, but they're very light, so you don't really see a big difference between the green and the gray on the couch. So I'd like to get some deeper emeralds or maybe some forest green pillows and maybe some like darker brown pillows. I think that would look really nice in there, kind of cozy it up. And I think I can get away with it considering the walls are so light. So I don't know. We'll see what I can find, but I'm not exactly sure yet. So don't want to do anything until I've made up my mind. But when it comes to dusting this living room, oh my goodness, you can see here I'm getting off just the first layer before I even spray on it because there's just so much fur everywhere all of the time. And then here I was going in circles, not going with the grain, so it was building up the product. So yeah, and then my little table tray just has some little fake book looking things on it. A candle that does not get lit. It's simply for decoration. Otherwise, we would probably have a fire on our hands. But, and then my prayer plant, which I think is just so pretty. So I love every morning I come out, that thing is just pretty much straight up. All the leaves are just up and so perky and pretty. And then during the day, it kind of goes down. It's a really neat plant. So this is, I believe it's just called a credenza. It's actually a table my mom got and didn't have the space for anymore. So she asked me if I wanted it. And it's one of my favorite pieces that I have. It's just really unique. And there's so much storage inside of it. This is where I keep a lot of essential oils, garden flags, candles, stuff like that. I don't do a whole lot of candles anymore. I used to have them lit all the time, but I don't know. I'm not as comfortable with candles anymore. So I either keep them for decor or every now and again I'll light one. But you can see I have two on that table. But yeah, all my essential oils are in there. And you can see here that I'm filling up my diffuser that's over on my side table in my living room. And I'm using rosemary and lemon. I think those two together smell really nice and clean. And it just kind of, I don't know, feels like spring, feels like warmer weather scent to me. So I like to have a lot of lavender. I'm sorry, I do like lavender, but lemon, especially when I'm cleaning, because it just kind of helps make it feel even cleaner. So this is behind the couch. I just wanted to get this off because, again, another layer of dirt. And Aaron was a really good boy there because I thought he was going to be really interested in that Amazonian elephant ear plant that I have on the floor, but he ended up just walking right by, so he's a good boy. Last night I actually had a dream about that Dieffenbachia plant that I just put up there. And for some reason, I woke up, I went out there, looked at it, and all of the leaves had wilted and fallen off. So that was a strange dream. But it's fine. It's hanging out there. I've had that plant for years, and it's a marvelous plant. So it is toxic to animals, so remember that if you have one, just either test it out or keep an eye. So I do keep it up higher, mainly because it's not a plant that I think belongs on the floor. but I know they do have them in larger sizes. So right here, I'm just vacuuming this foyer. This, for some reason, the fur likes to collect, well, really everywhere. But over by my grandfather clock, which doesn't work, by the way, I need to find someone to help me fix that. I've watched countless YouTube videos and spent many hours trying to fix it myself. For some reason, it just doesn't work. But yeah, this vacuum is absolutely incredible. We've had it for a little over a year now, and we still have a Dyson, the little V6 or whatever it's called, but that's down in our basement now, and we needed a new one for the main living area. And this thing is incredible. It's the LG Cord Zero, and it has a really pretty base station that I like to keep it in, and it's a lot prettier than like where you store a Dyson, so I feel more comfortable having that out to where people can see it. It does stay in my sunroom, kind of around the corner. You can't really tell, but it's not like an eyesore. So it's got so many different attachments to it. It can actually mop as well if you want to do that with a different attachment. You just pour water into a little reservoir that sits on top of the, I don't really know what it's called. It just clicks into the bottom. And then I like to spray the floor and then mop with that because you don't want to put any products in there. But it has 3 different speed settings on the vacuum, and it also has a little lever on the side to where you can push down the dirt that builds up in the little canister. That way you have a little more room. You can change out the filters, you can change out the battery, so the base station charges the vacuum as well as charges the extra battery. That is super convenient because when you've got a lot to vacuum, I need more than one battery. So I do like to clear out the vacuum into the trash can and not into the base station because it does a self-cleaning thing to where you can, clean out the canister itself into a bag. But the bags are not cheap, so I like to do it myself. So yeah, I feel like a lot of cleaning was done today, guys. This couch is a big thing for Aaron, so.
Hi, buddy. You gonna come help me? You gonna help me? Look. There's nothing in there, buddy. Is that where all your toys were? You gonna come help me too? Okay, y'all, so I think that's where I'm going to end this video. I think I got a lot done today. When I watch like cleaning videos, there are certain ones I really like and some that I really don't. So the ones that I like are the realistic ones, they're not tackling their entire house in one day, which every now and again I try to do, and that's a lot of work. But I knew there were that's my laundry, sorry. But I knew there were certain things in the house that needed to be done today. And another thing about certain videos is like the overuse of products. I know that's a big thing right now. People piling all sorts of different cleaning supplies in one sink and not using gloves and playing with it in their hands. And if that floats your boat, go for it. Obviously, you're going to keep doing it anyways, but first of all, it's dangerous for your skin and your hormones and all sorts of stuff. It's also just wasteful. So I don't prefer those videos. I like more of the realistic cleans. And honestly, when I watch those videos, it almost motivates me to get up and get some cleaning done because I'm like, oh, I should be doing that right now. So I'm hoping that this video kind of motivated you if you're needing to get something done in the house and you just have been like, absolutely not, I'm not going to do it. I hope that this video helped you do what you needed to do or wanted to do or doesn't, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And I will talk with you very soon. Bye.